Hello, I'm Jeff Merrill. Tomorrow is Tuesday, September 10th, 2019. It is 284 days until the Olympic trials. People are scrambling to get the standards, and you better believe it that the boys of Bowerman are going to be getting after it. About a month ago, Jerry Schumacher called me up, and he wanted three things from me. He wanted a 5,000-meter race for his guys to go after the Olympic standard. He wanted it in Portland, and he wanted it at the Nike headquarters track.
This probably developed right after the U.S. Championships in trying to figure out where we could find a good five. And we thought, you know what, we're probably not going to find exactly what we're looking for, so let's do our own.
Why did he want it at Nike's world-famous Michael Johnson track? He wanted it in a familiar setting for his athletes. He wanted it in a tight window when they come down from altitude. And he wanted Nike employees in the Portland running community to be able to watch these athletes compete. I called up the guys from Portland Track, and we knew that we needed a rail, we knew that we needed the track to be surveyed, and we knew that we needed it to be certified. So we found out that the old Hayward Field rail was sitting in storage. So the Binon guys shipped it up here on a truck. We had the track surveyed in 42 different locations, and we had it certified by USATF to make sure that it was sanctioned. Tomorrow night, the Portland 5000 is taking place, and it's all going down here at the Michael Johnson track. Enter one Woody Kincaid. After a couple of years marred by injury, Woody placed third in the 5,000 meters at the USA Championships this season. He's a U of P graduate, and he's a self-described trivia expert.
We're gonna run crazy fast. I don't know. We're gonna run a fast 5K.
Next up, we've got Lopez Lomong. He was the 5,000 and 10,000 meter champion at this year's USA Championships. He's a two-time Olympian, and he was chosen as the flag bearer in 2008 at the Olympics over LeBron James.
Every time when I go out and trying to beat them in my workouts, I said, hey, you know, you let the old man be you.
Then you've got Matthew Centrowitz. He was the 2016 Olympic champion in the 1500. He's run 13:20 in the 5,000. And he's a world-class trash talker.
Definitely not jealous of Woody. Definitely not jealous of that guy.
And we've got our pacer, Ahmed. He's an 8-time national record holder from Canada. He's a 12:58 man over 5,000. And his friends call him Scoop, because he's got the inside scoop.
Lopez and Centrowitz are just pure talent. Anything that you throw at them, they'll get it. I think me and Woody are more of the hard work. You know, we have to kind of rely more on the grind.
At the end of the day, you've got a group of guys heading into the woods looking to hunt some times.
Dead ass not tapering for this. He's like going like 50 or something.
I know, but I'm not tapering either. And then he sees me go 25.
I only went 25 yesterday.
You only went 25?
I didn't run when I got in. I went 25 in the morning, and I was gonna jog like another half an hour, but I didn't.
Jesus Christ, everyone's fresh.
I did, dude. 25 might be worse.
Tomorrow, Mo's gonna take us through 4K, and all of us are hopefully gonna get the Olympic standard.
13:13.5 is the Olympic standard, and all the boys are trying to chase that, and hopefully they can run 13:0. I think that's probably what most of them are aiming for. We're gonna start out a little conservatively, try to go out, you know, probably 13:15 kind of tempo early, and you know, bring it home.
You know, you could say you're in 13:10 shape, 13:05 shape, whatever, sub 13 shape, but doing it is another thing.
You ran 26?
9? Come on.
Did you really?
I mean, he stopped it there. He had to, if I'm guessing.
Wait, did you start on the 5,000 meter line and stop it at this line?
One.
Okay.
And
I was
start,
thinking the same thing.
boom, right there.
Okay.
So,
1-1.
This guy just does 1-200, blows it out, and calls it a day. Must be nice to be young.
it's been,
You got 26 to call
to be honest,
There's
like,
a
there's
bounce
just
to it.
so much.
It's the sea level. That's what you're feeling. There's a lot of oxygen here.
It's the spikes.
The training the first 2 months at altitude in Park City before this was really, really good. And then the last month was on another level. I feel like these guys really transcended their fitness from before and now are like ready to compete on the world stage. And I was just hanging on the last month.
The altitude is always like, it's tough, you know, it's tough being in altitude and everything is really tough, it's hard. You know, the intervals sometimes are a little bit hectic.
There have been workouts where I think that I'm in the best shape of my life and workouts where it's like, wow, I I can't believe these guys are this good. And so I do think I'm there. I think I'm in shape to run the Olympic standard. I'm really hoping that this race shows that.
Let's go! Woody! Woody! Come on, man! Woohoo! Hey! 13?
He thinks he's going to get behind everyone. So I think we can if I run talk about this tomorrow, good call. Yeah.
1309, W?
That's a win. You guys, Amos is going to probably take it 1,600 to 2K. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to pull out and he's going to fade and tuck in behind you.
Sweet.
So I think the order should be Amos to start us off, then Mo, Lopez, Woody, Centro.
Okay.
Okay?
That works for me.
Mo will take over after 2K, mile or 2K. He'll take it to 4K, and then there's 1K left. Mo will try to go a little bit further if he can't be on 4K too.
Okay. Mohamed is going to be rabbiting us. It's going to take us through a 4K or so, 4K plus. And so, which is a blessing. Woody will be alongside me, and then Central will be alongside with me as well. We're just gonna go out and trying to run fast time. Then we go out and try to get a W out of it. So we'll try to. I'll try to win the race. Maybe they will try to win the race as well. So it'll be fun.
That leaves you guys the last 800 to a K on your own.
Yeah.
And guys, we're gonna target 63s to 64s. All right.
Excellent.
Don't be alarmed if there's a 62 in there, and don't be alarmed if there's a 64 in there.
Be alarmed though if there's a 61.
What about a 60? I see a 59.
Be alarmed.
I wouldn't be alarmed by that either.
Have you ever paced a race before?
I've paced once before, I think in college, and if I remember correctly, it didn't go that well. I rabbited the Wisconsin boys, I think in 2012. It was just bad. It was just a all-around terrible night.
Wait, you don't want me behind you, Woody?
I'm saying it's gonna be hard for you.
Why?
I'm hard to run behind when I'm tired.
Then I'll go around you when you're tired. Just go, wave me on though when you're like, hey, if you actually do feel like you're feeling off, like let me know. I'm like, just like don't have to say anything, just like that way. So like I don't like look up and then there's like a gap. You know what I mean?
Oh, I won't let it gap. I'll just start to get wavy. But yeah, if I start to do that, I'll let you go.
Yeah. Maybe like pull out to lane 2. I don't know how to go around.
Whatever, a little bit longer.
We've got a group of the nation's top distance runners attempting to run the 2020 Olympic standard for the 5,000 meters, which is 13:13.5. This is the first race of this kind run on the Michael Johnson track. You got Lopez Lomong, the two-time Olympian and 2019 national champion in the 5,000 and 10,000 meters. You got Matt Centrowitz, the 2016 Olympic champion in the 1,500 meters with a personal best in the 5,000 of 13:20. You got Woody Kincaid, the third place finisher in the 5,000 at this year's national championships. He has a best of 13:12. They'll be accompanied by Amos Bartlesmeyer, a 3:36 1,500 meter runner in his own right. The race will be rabbited by 8-time national record holder in Canada and 12:58 man Mo Ahmed. He's going to take these guys through. Let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. So sit tight. We're going to start this thing off at 9 p.m.
Woo! Come on.
At this distance right now, if they put enough fatigue in the legs, Lopez is going to be hard to beat, but it's hard to, bet against the tactician of Centro coming up from the 1,500 if he's around still. But then Woody's caught people off guard quite a bit, so I'm going to take, I can't take him. I'm going to take, I'll take Lopez.
coach, you get a little nervous because we've all seen the race where it comes apart and it can happen really quick. 5K is it's a mean distance.
Rocking pace right now. No chinks in the armor yet.
I was a little nervous that we were getting a little ahead of ourselves early.
63.8!
It looks to me like they're under 410 or close to it.
Mo started to kind of dropping some 62 bombs in there.
Forrest right now, 62.3.
I just sort of got in the zone, and I wanted to hear 62 something, 63 something.
That was a 63 flat, 3,200 meters finish. Lopez Lomong with him and Kincaid and Matthew Centrowitz. They're all bunched together still.
I would see them come around the bend, and it just told me, I went, you know, this thing is just snowballing, and they're on it, and they're not flinching.
Alistair, Craig, and I were up top here. We were clicking off splits. Alistair and I started to piece together the splits, and we're like, this is going to be way faster than 13:13.
Just kind of looked at Woody's back and was just like, just hang in with him one more lap, one more lap.
And then when Mo stepped off the track, I knew it was like, well, I've come too far. I have to stay with Lopez. And so we were at 12, flat. And I was like, we're gonna get it.
Way to go, buddy. That was beautiful. Nice run, my man. That was just spectacular, Woody.
Well done. Well done.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
Yeah.
Woo! Shit!
Great job, man.
Hey, no worries. Hey, I'm proud of you, buddy, all right?
You fucking heard that shit. Man, that's what I'm fucking talking about, man.
Thank you!
I'm happy for Woody, 12:58. It was at 4 or 5 Americans have ever done that, and he's one of them. He just races over his head all the time. You know what I mean? That's just who he is. I think it's like the pilot way or something like that.
reaction is like I'm about to pass out. But I mean, when I crossed the line and I knew I broke 13, I couldn't believe what just happened because I just didn't see that coming today. I knew we were going to run 13 at Olympic standard, but when Mo started running 62s, I was like, I just got to stay in one more lap. And then with Lopez, honestly, if Lopez wasn't in front and this crowd's not here, we don't run that fast. But this crowd, it just made it so easy. Every step was just like momentum. I just felt like I was being wound up the entire time.
It's an amazing evening. You know, coming down from altitude, be able to do it right here on this amazing track, this historic track on Nike headquarters. I think like we came here to give the fans what they wanted. They've been wanting this to be run right in American soil by us before we go to the World Championship. I think we literally delivered. We delivered for the fans, we delivered for Oregon, and we delivered right here at home. Jesus, I thought you were gonna beat me, bro.
I was trying to.
Jesus.
I was trying to.
I lost today. I lost. It's okay.
13 flat, baby.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I broke it. It's okay.
So I mean, the mixture of the race just kind of getting going a little bit more and running super fast. Hey, I'm staying the 15 just so you know. Okay? I don't want to be a 5K guy. Okay? I had not a stitch, but it was a pain in my gut that was just kind of sitting there, and it was not going anywhere.
I mean, it was death, man. I just had this pit in my stomach for like 1,200 meters, and it was just like a real like hard tempo feeling, or like a long run, you know, like those last few miles of a long run. That's kind of what it felt like out there. There's no pain like a 5K. I mean, there's no 1,500 I've ever run, 330 or a tactical race that simulates this. This is harder than any 1,500.
Flat, right? And I go, there's no way we got a mile left. I was like, there is no way. But then I started thinking, I was like, holy shit, all I need is a 310. I was like, all I need is a 310. Just stay on this. Holy.
Matt, you look so comfortable.
Oh man, I wish.
So
looks
good.
can be deceiving.
The biggest jump is the 1,500 to the 5K.
It's monster jump.
Yeah.
800's only less than half the distance.
Did you get a cool down in those?
I'm gonna throw up. Oh. You know, my last 5K was 13:47, and I was like, I got smoked in that race in the B heat.
I was so tired. Tired legs. I was completely gone. Like I tried.
I could see you were struggling with bench, and I knew you were tired.
Yeah.
I knew you were tired coming in. We talked about
Yeah.
training through.
Now we got it done.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, awesome job. Thanks. Awesome job. Thanks for all that hard work.
No worries.
You know, this exceeded all expectations, of course. We weren't targeting 13 minutes by any means. That was the snowball effect that can happen when you get into a great place and a great atmosphere, and you have the Portland community, running community that was out here at Nike tonight, just delivering the energy and cheering those guys on every single lap. Just made such a huge difference.
Thank you so much, man.
Lopez and Matt, this is what the part you guys don't know. After you guys left the room, I went up to Amos and I said, okay, now that the guys are gone, the first lap needs to be 60 or 61. And he was perfect. That's why when he came through, I was like, perfect. And I'm like, ooh, the guys aren't going to understand
You
that.
want? Dude, I heard 61 at you, and I was like,
I had to do that.
Of course you did.
Yeah, I just wanted to.
I thought you were gonna finish, man. Stick it in there.
Matt. See, this guy was like right on my shoulder.
I felt terrible. 2K to go. Terrible.
I felt great.
And I was like, this is the time I need to be able to like go backwards, see see the competitors a little bit.
Man,
These guys are
all I was
targeted.
trying to hear was a split there and a split here, and I was just counting down laps. Like that's all I was doing.
Mo's got to be front center. He stepped up the track at 3,800. Who was that?
He almost ate shit.
No, he stepped at 4,800. We had one lap to go.
Oh.
Okay, perfect. Right here. 1, 2, 3.
To be honest, I felt really bad the whole race. And I just felt bad today. I woke up today, I was like, man, I don't feel good. I don't know if this is mental or if I have some illness, but it turns out that I didn't. Or maybe I did. It didn't matter. The biggest takeaway from this race for me is you just have to go into a race ready to run, regardless of how you feel, and you'll surprise yourself.
You guys don't know this about Woody, but 2 years ago, before he ran that 12 indoors, the text messages I would get from him, because I couldn't be at every single workout up in, we were in Woodland Park, right? We were in Flagstaff. We were in Flagstaff. Some of the texts would be like, Woody's like, finish the workout, puke 17 times. And it was like every workout, that was the story.
Yeah.
2 years later. Hey.
Yeah. 2 years later.
Dry heaving
13-12 is a bit of a memory.
Dry heaving.
What a race, man.
Woo!